Today's box card is the Rocking Horse box card.
Merry Christmas!
The Rocking Horse box card is from the Home for Christmas box card set from svgcuts.com. I used chipboard to make this card a lot sturdier because the way it is with just paper, you see the way they are, or it would sit like this on the table, and if I just used regular cardstock, instead of being like this, the bottoms would end up going like that, and it would end up falling, and it would not be nice to have a card fall. So what I had to do is, in the file they give you a brown sheet, and then this the background goes on, and then on the front a brown sheet, and then all these graphics go on. So I had to cut 2 brown sheets for the front and the back, and then sandwich the chipboard in between the 2 brown sheets, only because it needs to be brown on the front and or on both sides. So the graphics I used, I actually did a print and cut for all of the graphics, and the reason why is because I used this from designbundles.net for this plaque in the front, and it has to be a print and cut. It couldn't use the pen. So in order for me to cut such a tiny piece on the Cricut with print and cut, I had to add more things to the print and cut. So I added all of these presents, and I don't know if you can see them very well. And I also made this in there too. And I did the graphics a couple of years ago when I decided to use that, because I thought it would be easier to just keep the images in the Cricut Design Space for later. So this is one of my favorite box cards because it is, look at it, it's nice. Plus, when you sit it on the table, it kind of rocks a little bit. I kind of like, I liked rocking horses when I was a kid. I used to play on, I had a toy that had like these metal bars, and then they had like the springs, and it had the horse in there, and you would sit on the horse holding the handles on the head and just rocking back and forth, and I love that thing. And that kind of reminds me of that. It gives me a lot of memories of my childhood, good memories of my childhood, to have this card. So this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to show you how I made it. Okay, so here are all of the pieces. I have my glue, I have my Zots for the button, I have my button, I have my double stick tape for the envelope, my scissors for the envelope, and I have all of this paper to put together. I have taken the liberty of gluing the brown pieces for this one onto the chipboard. I don't know if you can see that, but here's the second one. I have left I put one side on there and left the other side intentionally off so that I can show myself gluing it. So this will make it so much easier. I think the paper that they use on SVG Cuts, or from SVG Cuts, is a lot higher quality. I buy the highest quality that I could find at Michael's, but their paper doesn't always seem to be as thick as what I think that they use at SVG Cuts, because when you can tell the quality of paper just by hearing them touching the paper, and if it sounds like it's really, really thick paper, then you know that it's really good and it will stand up like that. Most of my paper stands up on its own, but not like the paper that you would need to use for a rocking horse like this. It's really thick paper and it's really good quality paper, but it just doesn't stand up. So I just want to make this on straight. And it's the problem with the chipboard is that it there's a piece inside there that has to come out because it's when the Cricut cuts the chipboard, sometimes there's pieces left sticking out that didn't get cut right. Remove the glue from the silicone. I'm just going to let this dry, and when it dries it will hopefully it won't be warped. I'm trying to think of I wish that I had something. Well, let me see. Actually this would work. I got this at the Enchanted Cottage here in Bakersfield. I just place that on top of it. Okay, so this is the piece that goes on the inside, but I'm going to put the back on first. And because of this, I'm only going to go around the edges. I'm going to try not to get glue in there, so and the paper that I use is 65 pounds. I don't know what the weight is of the paper that they use at SVG Cuts. I would imagine if it's sturdy enough to hold or keep this rocking horse up, I would imagine it's probably like 100 pounds or something. I don't know. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. I tried to block my microphone. I'm not sick. I sometimes have to sneeze. Okay, so oops. Okay, this should have this is just a little tiny bit smaller than the brown, so there should be an outline of brown all the way around everything. And I don't like to put the white on until after, just in case there's glue on here that will end up getting on the white and then ruining it. Okay, so I'm going to do the presents. Let's see. I'm going to pause 1 second. I had to bring up the PDF file to make sure I was putting the right one in the right place. So it's going to be this gift right here first. And you know, I was thinking, since I am doing this as a print and cut anyway, I might as well put them all in the same, like flatten the whole, flatten the presents all together into one thing. But the thing is that I think that it would look better if it was just, you know, layered with all the things stacked on, or all the paper stacked on top of it, one another, like it's meant to be. I mean, it would be easier, but I think it would be lazy. But at least it would be consistent, because I might forget how something is supposed to go on. So So this one goes on next. And oh, in case you can't see this, this has wreaths on it, very tiny. And then I've got my candy cane pattern. Oh, moving away. And then this is just like snowflakes. Oh. I put my microphone on the wire that is connected to the wire that's plugged into my phone, so it was close to me, but it just wasn't on me. I knew I would probably forget it to put it back on my necklace. Okay, that piece is on, and then this is just brown, I believe, with pink polka dots. Oh, sorry. Okay, so those pieces are together, and now let me look at the PDF again. This side has these two red pieces. I'm not going to curl the flowers or anything. I'm just going to glue them on. This one goes a little like that. Oh, actually, like that. I don't think it really mattered. And then this piece goes on top of that. So I'm just going to put the glue in here. And it just goes on like this. And then the green with the, this is actually a pattern. I don't know what pattern it was because it was in the Cricut Design Space printed cut images. So I'm just going to place this here. Oops. Stuck to my finger. So the next piece is the tree. And in the in the PDF file for this, they have the white flower, the white poinsettia flower underneath the tree, but I don't want to hide it, so I put it on top. And they're both the same shape and the same size, so I'm just going to, actually I'm going to put it on here so that because I don't want it to be too low, and I want to make sure I get it in the right place. And this one, just gonna a little drop of glue. Oops, I don't really think it matters which way it goes, as long as it's on there. And in the past, I have used these beads, but I don't think I'm going to do that with this one this time because, well, no reason. It's just that these are fine on their own. And on SVG Cuts, she used like a white gel pen to put 3 little dots on here and on here, but I don't have a gel pen, so this piece is done. I'm actually going to connect this to this right now. Let's see, where are the perforations? Here they are. There's one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue in here. And just stick this in there like that. And then I'm just going to connect this. If I can find where it's supposed to go. It's too dark and I have my light on. Oops. There we go. So when I get the other piece finished, I'm just going to put a little more glue in here. So when I get the other piece finished, I can just put glue on it and then attach it to that. And then attach it to this piece. So that's finished. I'm just looking around, making sure it's really finished. Oh, I can put this piece on now. It sounded like a moped. There we go. So this piece can sit over here. And this actually did the trick. I'm going to start using this from now on. It doesn't matter what I put on first. I'm going to go ahead and put this on first. And it certainly doesn't matter which side it's on. It's identical on both sides. Oops, I'm just gluing it over here. Okay. Now I can put these on. Oop. Oh, phew. Sometimes it'll drop glued side down. You just gotta make it so that there's enough space all the way around, or the same amount of space all the way around. And Mary on SVG Cuts used ink on the hair, or the mane and the tail, and I just didn't. No reason, I just didn't do it. So that goes there. And now, let's pull it down a little. Okay. Now I'm going to put the horse on. And this, I believe, is going all the way up to the edge on the top and bottom and everywhere. I don't want to get anything in the middle because that's where the space is going to be for the thing. So I have to make sure I have it on there right. Just hold it, hold my fingers up to the edge. And this is white, so I have to be very careful not to make it a huge mess. And you don't have to use white. You can use any color you want for the horse. You can make it brown or black or purple for all I care. I think that would actually look kind of cool if it was like pink or purple or something. Oh, I gotta look at the PDF because these are on here a special way. So I'm gonna put the tail on first, because there are certain things that go on first, and if I don't put them on in the right order, it's not going to be good. because I'm going to have to lift paper up and mess it up. So do the tail first. Okay, then the saddle, which is right here. Oops. Because the saddle goes over this. Okay. Then the green part of the saddle, I'm just going to put the glue along the red part. It's kind of hard because whenever I put these together, I have it like in front of my face and not on the table, so I can see it better. Okay, after this is the bridle. This part goes right here like that. Our dog has a harness, and because when we first got her, you know how dogs are, when you take them outside, they're like in a hurry to get somewhere, so they start pulling, and it chokes them because you're like, no, don't go too fast, and then they start choking. And so I insisted that we got a harness for her, because if she starts pulling, it's not going to be choking her. So my life partner calls it a bridle. This piece goes on next, and then this piece right here. These have to go over the bridle and the saddle on this side. And I do think it would have looked a lot nicer inked, but because the piece is so small, I don't have confidence in myself enough to not end up getting ink all over the entire piece. So it wasn't just laziness. I had a reason for not wanting to use ink on this, especially this piece. She put ink on it, and it was just like right on the edges, and I'm just not that confident. And this has to go on top of this part of the bridle as well. Okay, and now last thing on here is the flower. I can go back into the Let's View. And this just goes right here. And then this goes on top of that. And I really need to get some white or any color of gel pens, because I would like to highlight or put highlights on those berries. So that's it. The last thing is to just connect these two. So I'm just going to put the glue in here, I guess. And just carefully. Gotta go right inside there. Straight on both sides. Everywhere. I'm not always perfect on this. Okay, so that seems good. So now it'll stand up on its own, and it'll rock on its own. You can't really see that because you're up here. But that's it. That's the rocking horse. And I was thinking, of course, I don't want to alter anything, any files, but I was thinking a unicorn would be nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Oh, I want to see if a button will make it fall down. I didn't put a button on any of these yet because I'm not sure, and these are really light, so I'm not sure that they'll affect the horse or not, but nope, it didn't. It's perfectly fine. Oops. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't fall unless I'm trying to rock it. And it helps if you go like this, pull the bottom parts apart. So I think the button will be fine on there. So the envelope, and the envelope, this small side goes on like that, because I checked it out. If I put that on there like that, then that's going to be that's not going to be good to look at. So oops. So I just go up to here. I feel compelled to put this box on there. I believe the bigger one is better. The bigger tape. I don't know if this is the bigger one. Nope, it isn't. This is the bigger one right here. So I'm just going to put one piece like this, and then one piece here, and then one piece here. Not particularly in that order. Or not exactly in that order. I don't want it to go over the edge, so I had to peel it off. So that is the Rocking Horse box card. One of my favorite box cards. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.